A big part of being a successful email marketer is understanding what your options are. So today I'm going to present to you different types of sales emails, and I'm going to give you scenarios when you might want to use them. And make sure you stick until the end of the video because I have a big surprise for you. So if you're ready, let's just get into it. So let's start off with one of the most popular emails that everybody has received at some point, and this is the kind of sales aggressive short email that's just like, this is what's happening, you can get 20% off for the next 24 hours, get your stuff right now. So this type of email, you're most likely to use it around special events like Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's, whatever, back to school. All the different events that you see are popular among businesses, and any type of business can use this type of email. Even if the business you're working with is offering, I don't know, personal training sessions, tattoos, massages, digital products, physical products, whatever, it's gonna work. Everybody loves a good sale. Now, obviously, you don't want to overdo these types of emails because then you will get your audience used to discounts. Unless this is your marketing strategy, then please be my guest. But if you don't want your business to rely on always discounting the products, you might want to use these sparingly and for very short amounts of time. The reason I say that it's good to keep the sale window short is because it gets people to take action, and it teaches them that if they don't, they simply miss out. So when you do decide to do it, they do understand that it's something special, and then they actually take advantage of the sale without just being like, oh, it doesn't matter, this brand always has sales on. You don't want to be that brand. Now, this email is easily recognizable because normally when you open it, the first thing that pops out at you is like 20% off or $100 off or 24-hour flash sale or whatever. And this is done on purpose because this type of email is not so much copy focused, it's more about like having this aggressive impact on the reader that when they open it, they're like, oh dang. And usually the subject line is also like that. It's very straightforward, and the person just knows what to expect straight from the subject line. And as soon as they open the message, there's just no confusion about what's going on. So if the brand that you're working with uses like designed emails, you will see that it's very like design heavy. It might be very bright to just get the person's attention to what's going on. On the other hand, if it's a text-based email, it will probably bold the bits where it says like, you know, this is how much you get off, or like the percentage that you get off, or the saving. This is what's on sale, and this is how much time you have. Now, the second type of email, which is all the hype lately, is the storytelling email. Now, most people think that storytelling only belongs with information-based brands like course sellers or digital products from individual creators, influencers, and people like copywriters who sell courses. But actually, storytelling can also be used by e-commerce brands. There's no reason why not. And storytelling emails usually will involve either like a longish amount of copy. It doesn't have to necessarily be super long, but it is longer than the sales email that I just showed you. And it might include some pictures just for illustration purposes, and it could be anything like, yes, the brand story, it could be a story of a client, it could be a case study that's told really beautifully, it could literally be like a full story that's just getting a message across. Either way, like the reason we call them storytelling emails is because we literally like are telling a story in order to deliver a message. And most of the time we're actually writing the story in a very clever way so that even though we're not writing about the reader, we're making sure that they resonate with the story and they feel like they are the hero of the story. So for example, if I wrote you an email about somebody who's a successful email marketer after watching this video and following the certain instructions that I gave them, you would be very engaged in that story because you want to be a successful email marketer and you've seen this video and maybe you read my emails, and that's how I'm indirectly putting you in the place of the hero of the story. Then we have value-driven emails. So value-driven email, its pure purpose is just to build a relationship and nurture their contact. So Storytelling emails can sell directly, and they sell very well. Sales emails, they're focused on getting the sale as well, whereas the value-driven email will also sell. So even if in the email you have no direct CTAs to a sale or no links to the website, it can still produce sales. Not as aggressively as the other two that I mentioned, but it still can produce sales. But what it does most importantly is it creates a bond with the reader, and it nurtures them by delivering value to them. So this could be in the form of me delivering freelancing or email marketing tips to you, which I do in my email list. It could be me giving you a link to this YouTube video and being like, hey, have you seen this video? I think it's going to help you out. But it could also be a brand that's, for example, selling smoothie makers, sending a bunch of recipes to their customers because they know their customers will love healthy smoothies because they're interested. They've already expressed their interest in the brand, hence in the product, hence the recipes will come in handy. And the brand is not necessarily trying to sell them yet, but it's trying to be top of mind for them and just nurture them. Another type of email, and this one works specifically well for re-engaging people that have kind of slipped away and are not so engaged with the brand anymore. These are update emails. So we're talking about, hey, look at all these new shiny things that we have in stock, or hey, guess what, we changed locations, or something that's new, that's going to spike the curiosity of a reader who maybe got a little bit bored with our storytelling and with our value-driven emails and even with our aggressive sales. So now we can entice them and re-engage them by showing them what's changing in our brand and what new things we have coming for them. Because sometimes people do just get tired. If they already bought the smoothie maker, what else are they going to get from you? Unless that smoothie maker breaks, they don't have any interest in your brand. But you don't necessarily want to lose them. That's why you should always think about how you can entice them and how you could keep them interested, and what other things you can bring them to serve them, and whatever things you could create, or what new products you could introduce, or what kind of things you could bring to your clients to excite them. These could also include back in stock emails. So let's say somebody was interested in a product, but it just so happened that it was out of stock, or there were no places in your program or whatever. You can re-engage them by being like, hey, come back, because now you can actually buy the thing that you wanted. And then we have transactional emails. Now, a lot of people think that transactional email is just a boring, like, hey, we shipped your product, or hey, thank you so much for purchasing, or thanks for signing up to our email list. But the thing is, you have room to make transactional emails really fun and engaging for your audience. So for example, in a post-purchase email, you could include some instructions on how to use the product, or something that will get the customer excited while they wait for the product to be delivered. And then you could make it into a flow so that a few days later, once it's been delivered to them, you can give them instructions on how to use it, and then you can encourage them to tag you in an Instagram story and get 10% off or something like that. So you can really do a lot with transactional emails, and you shouldn't just kind of be like, yeah, it's just transactional stuff. This is actually where your customers are highly engaged, because they just took some solid action, whether they maybe just subscribed to your email list, or they just purchased from you, or whatever. And this is the time where you can really give them something special, so don't waste the opportunity. Now, very quickly, if you're interested in learning more about email marketing and how to get clients that will pay you for your email marketing skills, then there is a link in the description below and in the pinned comment where you can sign up to the waiting list for my email marketing intensive that's going to be happening soon at some point. And also, here are some more videos that you might like. And yeah, of course, don't forget to subscribe for more copywriting, freelancing, and email marketing content.